For 15 years, DJ Bob has been your go-to source for pop culture, past and present. We eat, sleep, and breathe pop culture, just like you. He's interviewed countless fascinating people, from well-known names to everyday heroes.
DJ Bob connects with his guests on a personal level, exploring their stories, passions, and challenges.
He's not just interviewing, he's building a community of like-minded, inspiring, driven, and talented individuals.
Join DJ Bob as he delves into the world of entertainment and the conversations that matter on all levels. This is the DJ Bob Show. Roll it.
If you know anything about me, you know that the world of R.J. Palacios' Wonder Universe is so important to me. I love the book and I love the film, and that story is no stranger to this podcast. I did coverage for the Lionsgate film back in 2017. I interviewed the director of the film last year. So when a musical was announced, there was no question in my mind that I had to cover this. And we're here. We're joined by some of the cast and creatives of Wonder the Musical, premiering December 10th in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We're joined by the composers, Chad King, Annie and Axel. We're joined by Mr. Brown himself, Raymond J. Lee. And we are joined by Taibi Magar, the director of the piece. You get to hear these wonderful conversations and some great music too. I can't wait for you to hear and see the story on stage. Enjoy the episode. Hello to the both of you. I'm so excited to chat with you guys.
Hello to you. We're excited as well.
As we talked about before we started recording, I've been a fan of the both of you for years. And something that I found in all of your music is the idea of longing for something, and just the idea of, enjoying your inner kid and embracing your differences. So I can't help but imagine that really helped when crafting this music for Wonder.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, to take you back to when you started listening to our music, it was basically around the time I met Chad, and I wasn't even singing at the time, and I wanted to write a musical with someone. And so when we met, the intention was to write a musical. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what show it would be. And then we instead formed a band, and fast forward almost 20 years later, here we are. And this is our dream. Is to write musicals. And this story is I mean, we were drawn to the story for the reasons that you just mentioned. I mean, we just believe that, Wonder is so important. It's a show about kindness and empathy and changing the way we see each other, and it felt like something that we wanted to be a small part of.
Well, from what I've heard, I've only heard one cut from it so far, and it just seems so inclusive and so kind, and so there's so much care taken with all of this.
Oh, it feels so purposeful. All this music that we've been creating in this show that we're putting on and helping put together, it feels like it feels very needed. It feels like we almost have to do it. That's what it's, at least for me. I don't know. I think Ian too feels that.
Yeah, and it's become like our relationship with the story and has changed as we've been writing it. I mean, it's been a 6-year process, and and now, I mean, a story like Wonder is always needed, but now it definitely feels more needed
Hmm.
than ever.
That's why I've always embraced it. I mean, when the film came out, I provided coverage for that initially.
Mm.
And when I found out that you guys were attached to this and all of you, it just seemed right to do.
Oh,
Love that.
thank you.
Thank you.
I've never felt more excited and filled with purpose and more inspired and every single day working on something than this. It definitely feels way, 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 way bigger than us, and just the energy that everyone is bringing to this project. It feels like it's like a rocket ship that's kind of like getting ready to take off, kind of on its own like collective accord, or something. And I just it's filled with a lot of heart. It has its ups and downs. It's really emotional. It's also really fun and quirky, and it's musically it's like our I think it's most like our first album.
Yeah.
And it feels like us.
The song that I was hoping that I would hear a little bit of in this, just based on how I know all of you, is Younger. I feel like that's Wonder to a T.
Oh,
Oh,
there definitely is. It's funny you say that because the beginning of Younger has we have like these like video game sounds, kind of like the throwback to like when we were kids, like
Yeah,
playing Nintendo and Sega. And without giving too much away, there definitely is some of that vibe in the orchestration.
perfect. I'm gonna toss this over to Chad. What has this process taught you about inclusivity? And Ian, you can answer after.
yeah, I think for me, I for people who don't know, I was diagnosed with MS, multiple
Yeah,
sclerosis, and it's been a journey. And now I'm using a walking aid to get around, and seeing and feeling how it is to be different than most people in the world, to move differently than most people. I feel like I have a different sense of empathy for someone like Augie than I ever have had before. And it's so I'm almost thankful to have this experience now while writing this musical, because it feels like I'm able to draw from this feeling in all the music that we're writing for this show. And I feel such compassion, and I feel so much for Augie in this, and I hope audiences do too.
awesome. And for you, Ian?
I mean, I just feel like our society in general, and also like like the entertainment business, like so often puts people in the disabled community on the side.
Yeah, yeah,
And now we have these two beautiful, amazing actors playing Augie, Garrett and Max, and they're in the center. And it's so inspiring, and it's also just incredible just to see. I mean, we've been working with Garrett for years, because he's been through a bunch of workshops with us, and Max came along this past year. But just to see how much they've just grown as actors and performers and people, and then even in our own little bubble of creating Wonder, just how people are changing. People are. I said this before, but I always go back to it. It's changing the way we see
yeah.
each, each other. And I think a big goal for us with this show is we want our audiences to come into the theater and then leave seeing each other differently. Yeah.
It's interesting because art has this ability of connecting people, but I feel like specifically Wonder has this whole different approach. towards people, whether it be the book or the film or now this musical here. It's almost like you, like as the viewer, the listener, the reader, you're a part of the team, and I hope that that's what comes through in this piece you guys are doing.
I hope so too. I mean, so much of the story is it's about Augie, but it's about how he changes the community around him, and I'm really excited for you to see what we've done.
Also, the piece about someone feeling like the other, the outside, the outcast. It, like where it feels, I think everyone in the world has had a moment in their life where they felt like the other, and or like no one sees them. But when we're trying to highlight and spotlight that feeling and emotion so much here, and I think that, and Kazagi feels it greatly, and I feel like that is where the connection is going to lie. I think people are going to feel for Augie because they know what it's like to feel and to feel like the other, and hopefully that is what
Yeah,
comes
for
across.
sure. And I mean, that's why I started doing this podcast. I myself have cerebral palsy, and when I was 15 years old, I knew I wanted to get into radio, and I knew I wanted to do this type of work. So I created my own brand for myself, and now we're in our 15th season of this show, and
Amazing.
it's the power of connection, really. And I and I can't help but imagine how transformative this experience is for you and will be for you once the connection is made with the audience and your additions to this pre-existing story.
Yeah, I can't even. I mean, we're getting close to going up to Boston, and previews are just around the corner to just a few. So the first audience ever will see this in just a few weeks, and so I'm thinking a lot about that now because, like, what that's gonna feel like, and I just feel like it's just gonna
Because it's not yours anymore.
exactly,
Exactly. Yeah.
exactly, and it's not up to us how people feel or what they
Yeah.
take away from it,
And and we can only hope it resonates, but the truth is that we don't know until it goes up.
So far we've only heard Moon Boy, and not to give too much away, but where does it tell our audience where it comes in the show and writing, like, where did it come in the process for you?
Yeah. So Moon Boy is a song that's really dear to me, and Chad. But I think so. In the story, it's a song that Augie's dad sings to him towards the end of the show when Augie is ready to give up his helmet that he's been hanging on to
Uh,
and really using to hide himself from the world.
But I wouldn't want to give too much more away.
Okay, I won't.
Okay.
Um, but we wrote it around the time, like for me, when my daughter was born, as well, and her middle name is Moon.
uh,
And we wrote it as a lullaby that Augie's dad sings to Augie. So while we were writing it, I would also sing it to my daughter Stevie, and I would sing Moon Girl to her. So my kids know it, and it's definitely one of my favorite songs that we've written for the show.
and what was it like having that be the first glimpse that people heard?
It was
I love it. I'm so excited. It feels like there's I think I'm allowed to say, but there's can I say
there's
this?
another song
Yeah,
coming.
there's another one coming real
Okay.
soon.
Uh,
But I think
I
Moon Boy is one of the, like, I'm so proud of that one. That feels like a lullaby. Yeah, I think Ian said, but there's something in the simplicity of some songs that we write that that it's like, oh my God, they written already? Did they
Yeah.
write themselves? Like, what's happening? You
If
know what I
it
mean?
if it can any consolation, the way I viewed it was it almost gave me like a Rainbow Connection or
Oh
like
Yeah.
yeah.
cause I'm a big Muppet nerd. I'm a huge so it's like it's almost in that world and it's a welcome addition.
Yeah, that Moon Boy always gave me a sense of like halfway up the stairs.
Yes.
You- Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love that song.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think, I think it's a little window into the world of Wonder musically. It's without giving like there's a lot of surprises and we kind of go all over the place. If anyone knows our music, we tend to go up and down pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Uh, so
But up and down, but in a bubble, in a certain bubble.
yeah,
So
I
it's like
mean.
we're in this bubble, and yeah,
I mean, like I said, it's like our first record. Like our first
yeah,
record had "Say Something" on it, and it had "Everyone Is Gay" on it. So like, how do those two songs exist on a record? You know, and I feel like that's kind of the
and it had cheer up.
and then cheer up and then, you
Yeah,
know, but yeah. So it's definitely one of the colors musically
yeah.
of the show.
We gotta be honest here. I ask the hard hitting question here. So what character in the Wonder Universe would be your best friend if you met them in person?
Oh my goodness, I love that question,
Oh,
and it's never been asked to us before.
Well, first time for everything.
yeah. Okay, I think I already know mine.
Okay, who's
I
yours?
think I think mine would be Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte, she's in she's such a kind, beautiful spirit, but it's like she's got this like spark that I'm just like so attracted to. I just feel like me and her would be best friends in another life. Yeah.
I would say interesting. I mean, oh man. I would say maybe Jack.
I
Um
could see that.
I would say, you know, like I I relate to Jack and his story and like he his heart is in the right place, but he's, you know, finding himself and gets caught up trying to kind of fit in and maybe with the wrong crowd in school a little bit. And I could definitely relate to that in middle school. And I also experienced a little bit of what Augie experiences with Jack with some of my friends who 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 ditched me for, you know, for the popular
The
kids
cool
or the
crowd.
cool
Yeah,
kid. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to pick just one because I feel like I want to say Augie as well. Like I feel like
I
I
mean,
would
Well,
love to be friends with
it's
Augie.
hard
well,
because I don't, yeah,
I'll get everybody's friend by default.
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Even Julian to a point. Oh,
Yeah.
when you think of Wonder as a whole, well, how does it make you feel?
Hopeful.
Knowing that you're a part of this. People always ask this question: how does it feel to be a part of this brand? But honestly, it's more of like an institution. Once you're in it, you're never out of it. So how does it on that side, hopeful, but how does it make you what do you think of when you think of the experience?
I think of two words. I think of choose kind. I think about kindness every single day now. Um, I notice acts of kindness. I think about kindness in terms of my own kids and their experiences at school. I in you know I want to be an ambassador of kindness in a way that like I have never thought about before, if that makes sense.
I feel honored that we're a part of this now, this Wonder World now, because it's like RJ Palacio, the author of the book, was I don't know that we could ever recreate the magic that the book does, but would love to try to see what a stage version can do. But I think it's so awesome that we get to be a part of this musically.
And it's also the power of connection. I mean, because of all this, we're connected now, which is
Yes.
great. And I hope we stay connected and chat
Ah,
some more because
yes.
so as we kind of wrap up, the question I've been pondering is like wonder is sometimes dubbed as like this inspirational piece of media, book, movie, musical, what have you. Musically, what were you trying to kind of, not calling anybody out, but what were you trying to kind of stay away from, if anything? Because this could be done so many different ways.
I think for me,
Music. Sorry, just to make sure we have the question. You're saying musically stay away from?
what
Meaning, lyrically, musically, like, what are some things just so it doesn't fall into that kind of preachy,
Oh,
you
oh,
know what
oh.
I'm saying?
yeah, totally. I mean,
Because
it's a,
it could be, people could see a story like Wonder and automatically go to that.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a question that we've asked ourselves a lot of times. I mean, as recently as yesterday when we're working on orchestrations for the songs. So, I love that question.
I think our I don't know if you were gonna sorry,
No, go ahead.
but I think our music. I feel like I want to say almost all of our music borders on this this line of like, is it too cheesy or is it?
But with this like earnestness, like how do
Yeah.
we do I don't know. We've
It's
if we
it's self-aware.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then I feel like we're like now we're figuring out like not how not to cross the line and just to stay on it, and I think that's what is working in the Wonder as well.
first off, it's like when we're writing a song, like when we're writing this, like how do we write this? What do we want it to sound like? I mean, so I think that the answer to that question is let's do what we do. Let's not try to
Mhm.
do what anyone
You're
else
not
can
trying to
do.
fit into a box. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. And also like we've never written a musical before too, so that's pretty scary, and we can get in our heads about that too. But it's like, man, like I feel like everybody can do something that no one else could do. So it's like we talk to each other like, let's just do what we do. We can compare ourselves to other people, but no one can do what we do. No one can do what you do. Let's do what we do. And then I think we have an amazing team of people around us to kind of challenge us and push us. And when things aren't exactly right, to ask the right questions. When things aren't sounding right, to ask the right questions. And we kind of lean on them.
And I feel like, when I first heard that you guys were attached, I was like, thank goodness.
Oh,
Because I knew what you were gonna bring to it without even hearing it. So
Thank you so
thanks for
much.
saying that. I just want to cry. Thanks.
Thank you.
it's so impactful, and I can't wait for people to see this. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try to see you guys, and we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
Yes, and please, I want to know when
Yeah,
if
let
you're
us.
gonna come. I want to know,
Yeah.
and maybe if we're there, so we can say hi or.
Oh, for sure. Thank you both so much for joining me today. This was a real treat. Like, honestly, it's great. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So nice to
This
meet
is
you.
great.
Moon boy, all you do is fly. Moon boy, come down from the sky. Moon boy, there's no need to hide. Helmets to the side. You can take a deep breath. The air is safe to us up in space. Moon boy, how I miss that face. Moon boy, look how far you've come. The battles that you've won. Keep your head held high and show them who you are. Moon boy, moon boy.
I still remember the day I first looked in those eyes, big as the ocean. Your little fingers all wrapped around mine, and my heart exploding wide open. You are beautiful, each and every one of your scars tells a story of a boy who's strong and brave. I hope you know you are beautiful, brighter than a sky full of stars. Oh, Auggie, what a wonder you are. You see this wrinkle right here, and this mark on my chin, and all the gray hairs I'm growing. This is a map showing where we have been, and our hearts show us where we are going. You are beautiful, each and every one of your scars tells a story of a boy who's stronger than he'll ever know. You are beautiful, brighter than a sky full of stars. Oh, Auggie, what a wonder you are. And I know it may seem that life can be mean, that you're in a bad dream and it's hard to wake up. But just look at me now. You know you're allowed to be proud of what makes you different. You are beautiful, each and every one of your scars tells a story of a boy who's strong and brave. I hope you know you are beautiful, brighter than a sky full of stars. Oh, Auggie, what a wonder you are.
So, Raymond, it's so wonderful to have you here. And I'm so excited to talk to you about your role.
Thank you so much for having me, DJ Bob. So excited to chat with you about Wonder. Super stoked.
This is such a powerful story for the outsider and for the different and for kind of the odd person out. And what is it like for you to kind of play the character who is the vessel for this kindness? Because Augie's our main character, but really Mr. Brown is kind of ushering it all in, and you're playing the authority figure, but also this deep philosophical candid, weighted character.
It's such a big honor to play Mr. Brown. I mean, he's the one that introduces all the precepts that the kids read, and I take that responsibility so greatly. I almost kind of feel like the Jiminy Cricket
Yeah.
feature prep. You know, the stuff he has to say is so important, and I'm a dad, so I know the importance of making sure the kid just kind of learns to be a good person, to know mottos and inspirations and these mantras that kind of help you, be a better person in the universe. So I feel absolutely honored to play Mr. Brown in Wonder.
So I have to ask, have you seen the film?
Yes, I have. I saw the film when it came out,
Got
and
the
then
poster right here.
oh yeah, I see it right there. Well, and actually, I saw it with my family the weekend before we started rehearsal, so I showed it to my daughter, and so she's super excited to come see Wonder.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to me because it was the first film that I ever did publicity for. I've been doing this podcast for over 15 years, and Wonder really spoke to me because it was, I always equate it to being the last wholesome story for everyone that doesn't really alienate the audience.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree. It's so feel good, and the book is so feel good. The movie is, and the musical is so feel good to such a different degree because of the music. Like when you hear the music, it almost becomes another wavelength of feeling good and really feeling the messages that the book inspires everybody. It must have been such a trip to read the book and then see the film. Like what a translation! And I get to see the musical, like these three incarnations of the
Yeah,
story.
and I spoke with the director of the film about a year and a half ago, and that was such a full circle moment for me. So getting to speak to all of you is a wonderful moment.
Oh well, thanks for having me and everyone here. We're so excited to talk with you.
So I gotta ask, did you have a Mr. Brown in your life?
Actually, the Mr. Brown in my life was probably my chorus teacher in high school, Carlos Barrio, who just wanted all of us to be good people who gave us tough love. He kind of taught us to look out for each other on the stage, and he saw something in all of us and really told us to pursue our dreams. So that's the Mr. Brown of my school life.
And what does it mean to you to play? Because every time there's a teacher in a movie or a theater production, there's always this kind of authoritative, do your work, do this, but this is kind of like, no, we're doing this together. I'm on your team. What is it kind of like for you to like peel back the layers and realize that you're the kid's safe space?
Oh, thank you. It's again, as I said, it's an honor. It's so cool that in the book and the story that he really does get to see the good in the kids. He sees the potential, and he does his best to nudge them in their potential. If that makes any sense, and gets to see them fly. That's something that's so refreshing. I love that. Actually, all three of the quote unquote teacher roles in the musical, Tushman, Patosa, Brown, I almost feel like we're like three different care bears in the school that have different,
Yes.
different like purposes. Like, Patosa drives the students in a different way. Tushman is this beautiful, soft, tough love, and Mr. Brown gets to be this like silly kind of goofier character, and the three of us together get to really get the kids on the best foot forward, and it's a partnership, and even in the musical too, it's a partnership between the three of us, between me, Melvin, and Pearl. It's been a really cool process together.
What's wonderful about the Mr. Brown character and the way that R.J. Palacio wrote it is there's no race, there's no guidebook. Of course, in the book,
Yeah.
he was, white, but there's, Dippy Dig in the film, and there's you. What does inclusivity mean to you within this role? Because just in these iterations,
Yeah.
Anybody could play him.
Yes. Yeah. It means the world. Being an Asian American actor and being able to play Mr. Brown, who in the book isn't, isn't specifically labeled like Asian American or, anything specific.
I know
So,
that RJ specifically pictured him as a white.
oh, interesting. I'm totally, I read it a while ago. I mean, it's interesting that David Biggs then played it in the movie.
Yeah.
And I get to play it here in the musical. I just think it's really awesome.
Because really, knowing that background now, anybody can
Yeah,
play him.
yeah. It's it's awesome. I mean, in my career, to be able to just play the person and not their physical type, if that makes any sense,
Yeah.
to be able to bring who I am into this role and have the whole team embrace who I am inside out, which is the message of the story. It's embracing the person how they are and seeing their talents, seeing what they bring to the world and loving it and honoring it. I just think it's incredible. In my career, I have been sometimes limited with what people see of me, when it comes to like my race or my age. And this team has, I think it was Ian and Chad that said when I came into the room to audition, they said, there's something about your energy that's Mr. Brown, and that meant the world to me. It really did.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that they got the essence, and that was the biggest compliment I could have gotten from the team.
So is there anything, of course you learn things about yourself through every project, but
Yeah.
Wonder is almost a different entity. It's
Yes.
almost like an institution.
Yes.
It's like a Bible, you know?
I was just thinking that it's like this almost timeless instructional book on how to be beautiful toward
So
people
like,
and
what
inclusive.
did Wonder, not only the text, not only the film, but this whole experience, did it change anything for you about the human experience?
I don't know if it necessarily changed. It validated. There's so much going on in the world that it just validated what just my natural instincts are. It validated the beauty of kindness. It reminded me that those precepts and qualities are so important. That's the way sometimes to spread love and to spread inspiration and to, especially to help these kids and move forward. It reminded me as a parent to really always choose kind and choose all this and go forward with them. I actually have Mr. Brown's book of precepts in my cubby.
I love that book.
It's such a great book. It's such a great book. So,
Yeah, it's such, but like when you were when you were brought on to this musical, was it an instant yes because you had already seen the film? I mean,
yeah. I was actually doing another show and ended up having to leave that show. And by fate, this role was available for the out of town, for at American Repertory Theater. And fate had its way, and I got an offer a couple weeks later. Immediately said yes. When I had auditioned months ago, the show and the role was one of those shows and roles that just got away. I was like, oh, I wish I could be a part of this so badly. What can I do? I was sad about it. And it just worked out in the most beautiful, wonderful way, almost magically. And so I take every day. I value every single day that I get to be here because there was another world where I wouldn't be here. But it all worked out.
it's a real special thing because
Yeah.
you are. I mean, we have to talk about your Augies because
Yeah.
every cast member seems to be so great and so nuanced. And tell me a bit about your cast.
Our cast is amazing. They're wonderful. It already has become this family. The kids in the cast are truly spectacular because, they're kids in this business. And sometimes kids in this business grow up really fast. But they're still kids.
They got the childlike, oh God, pun, Wonder.
I was thinking the exact same. Great minds think alike. They have
Uh-huh.
this wonder with being kids. They talk about, we actually had Halloween here during rehearsal, and they were so excited about their costumes. All the adults brought in candy. They're playing fun little selfie pranks on each other. They talk about 6-7 and Fortnite, and there's such beautifulness in that. I'm so happy that our kids are still kids and they're so talented, ridiculously talented. I don't know where they found them. And we're all just excited to get to the tech process together and to be in Cambridge together, because we've been out of town. When you're out of town together as a cast, you really get to bond even more to a deeper level than you ever would, if you're doing a Broadway show or a reading or a workshop. And we're excited to go on day trips, go on holiday markets. We're going to play, I think, a version of Secret Santa. I think we're trying to name it
That's
something.
fun.
Yeah, I think we're going to name it Hush Hush Beulah. So we're trying to figure out what to do. But it's a great, beautiful group of hugs and love. So yeah.
So I have to ask you this because I like to
Yeah.
ask the hard-hitting questions here. I have
Yes.
to.
Of
So,
course.
besides your own character, what character in the Wonder Universe would be your best friend if you met them in person, and why?
If I was a kid, it would be Jack. But as an adult,
That's what Ian said.
yeah, it would be Jack, because Jack is, it's both Jack and Auggie. They have this, I mean, you see the whole story through their eyes and their relationship. You see Jack growing, you see him realizing what's right and what's good and standing up for what's right. I wish growing up, I had a friend like Jack who, you know, saw me for who I am. Sure, he gets, what do you call it? Distracted by external forces, but in the end,
Yep.
he realizes who he is, and he realizes that what I believe is who I am. So those external forces, y'all can go away.
Yeah.
That's who I am. So that's who I would want to be a friend with. And as an adult, Mr. Tushman or Melvin's Tushman, he'd be my buddy here at Beecher Prep. So because he's like this silent force. I'm so excited for you to see what the team has done with his character, and specifically with this one pivotal scene with the parents.
Okay.
It's the heart of the show. So,
Yeah, I can't wait.
yeah.
So, when you think about Wonder as
Yes.
a whole, this whole experience, how does it make you feel?
The whole experience just makes me feel grateful. It makes me feel excited. I'm so excited for the future of the show and for everyone to come see it. People have no idea what to expect, because I think there's been one song that's been released
And
right
I believe
now.
we're getting another one soon.
Yes, I'm so excited. They don't know what our set looks like. They don't know the talent of Garrett and Max and how they carry the beauty of the show, who both play Auggie so beautifully and differently and stoically and talentedly, if that's the word.
You made it up. You're a teacher in another world. So
I'm a dad. I have an 11-year-old, so I'm
it's
always
okay.
constantly a teacher. But I am so excited. I cannot wait for people to come see what we are doing, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. And let's see what the future holds. I hope that the show gets to come back to New York and even more people get to see it.
I'm hoping so too, because I'm gonna try to make the trek, because I've been such an advocate for Wonder's message for so long.
It's an
And
important message. It needs to be spread out to the entire world right now.
I'm hoping that I can make it out and see all of you, because the question that I had for you is, when with this whole show, was there ever a moment where you're reading a part of the script, not to give anything away, but like you're reading a part of the script, and a line of dialogue moved you and made you think about your life a little differently?
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's this one line. I don't think many people know it, so I'm trying not to give spoilers. But it's Alison Luck as Isabel delivers this line to Mrs. Albans about not only having to watch out for kids bullying, but adult bullying too. And that struck that every time I hear it, it
It wakes
gets
you
me.
up.
It wakes me up. It gets me to my core. It's something that everyone needs to hear, and especially because I think I am, an adult, and that one gets me every time, and I can't wait for people to see it. So I won't give the exact line away because I don't want to spoil, but that's the line.
In that realm of thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I so what? Because for me, I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at the age of 2,
Mhm.
so I had to learn to explain myself
Mhm.
pretty quickly. I mean, when I was in kindergarten, that 9/11 happened, and my school nurse's husband passed away in the towers.
Oh, I'm
When
so sorry.
we have a situation like that,
Mhm.
it makes you grow up
Of course,
a little quicker.
of course.
So for you, you know, as a diverse voice,
Mhm.
what have you had to prove to people to embrace kindness and endure and show people just that that everybody's equal, like Wonder displays so brilliantly.
I think you and I can relate. It's giving people a chance. A lot of the times, how you present your race, anything else can people won't give you the chance. They've already made their mind up, and so
Because
they're
they have one view of you and they don't want to look past it.
yes, they have already made their mind, and you're like, but you have no idea what I can do. You have no idea what's in this body, ready to just do. Like it's like superhero mode.
My favorite thing is when I started this podcast, I was 15 years old,
Wow.
and people would say to me, like, I would tell teachers or staff at my
Yeah,
school, and
yeah.
they would say, "Who set this up for you?" And I'd be like, "I did."
See, that's so fierce. That's so incredible. And this is like one of the most comfortable, coolest interviews I've ever had in my career. It just feels like two people just talking about an amazing project in life. Like this is so easy. So like thank you, DJ Bob. Like I'm so glad you did this. I'm glad you set this up and started your podcast. Like look at how many lives you've touched too. Like how incredible, You must get so many messages also with people that are just inspired.
So to wrap it up in a
Yeah,
nice big bow,
yeah.
even though I wish we could stay on longer, this is to be continued.
To be very continued when you come to visit us in Cambridge.
And also, we have to stay in touch too.
Yes, I
But
would love that.
what do you hope people take away from this musical experience?
I mean, as again cheesy as it is, we have a song about it, and it's one of our precepts is to choose kind. You know, those two simple words. If you choose kind, you can really impact somebody's life. You can make the world better. It's two easy words to say, very powerful words to believe. You know.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much, and I hope I
Yeah.
get to see you soon.
Yes, DJ Bob. Let us know when you come to Cambridge. I'm gonna cross my fingers that you get to come see us.
Taibi, it's so wonderful to chat with you about this show that we've been hearing a lot about, and I'm so excited to talk.
Me too, me too. Thanks for chatting.
Of course. So, how I want to start this off is, this story is so well beloved in so many different mediums. People love the book, people love the film, and now they've got this new amalgamation of the two essentially. So as director, what would it like for you to kind of, combine the two worlds?
It's a daunting and tremendous honor because both iterations are perfect. So yeah, it was a little bit daunting. I think we started by really asking, like, what can theater do with this story that books and movies can't? What's the greatest expression of theatricality that still explores the messages and themes of the piece? So that's where we started, and I think we've got it together. I'm really excited about our take on it.
I'm excited too because I spoke with the director of the film, Steven Chbosky, about a year ago.
Oh yeah. Cool.
And it's so interesting because I'm sure a lot of the stuff will stay the same as far as like directorial choices and character traits, but there's so much different here, which I feel like is gonna bring more audiences that know this story to the theater and to the musical world of wonder.
Yeah.
So what is your collaborative process like with Chad and Ian and Sarah and everybody? Like what?
Yeah, building a new musical is really like a long process of building a family amongst us. I'm also going to include Nadia DiGennardo, who's our music supervisor, who, she did Waitress and Real Women. And, it's just like a slow process of building a family where we can like argue, but like really love each other and are getting on the same page and trying to really find and embrace what's theatrical while staying, absolutely true to what the piece is. I mean, it's been an extraordinary collaboration. I think maybe my favorite. And I think we've made something really special. I think we've found the way that story sings, right? Like, I think we successfully found all of our musical moments, where to put a song, which is often the hardest paths to find. And it's just been really exciting. Yeah.
So what has this story changed for you about the way you work?
I think that the piece has slowed me down in a good way, in sort of a spiritual way. I think that the themes of the piece are, the sort of the classic lines from the book, choose kind and change the way we see. And what that really is about is like slowing down the dynamic and the impulses that our society trades in. I think we're in a moment, and have been for a minute, where our impulses are suddenly darker, angrier, more contentious, argumentative. And I think what this piece offers and what it's offered me is like, slow down. That is not the natural state. It can be quite radical to slow down the moment and choose kind.
Yeah, and also take a moment to have empathy for others and meet people where they're at.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Slow down and we have a song called Shoes, which is about Jack putting himself in Augie's shoes. And, it's a funny metaphor for me because I think acting is the only occupation where you literally have to do that. And we have a song about it, which I think is delightful. But it's, slow down, everyone. I mean, it's a quote from the book, one of the best, everyone is fighting a battle that we cannot see. And this piece, is like, wait, stop, slow, and consider. And then you find a softer moment to meet each other,
Yeah, for sure. And what was your first exposure to wonder? Because there's so many different ways that people can, first get a glimpse of it.
Yeah, so I had sort of heard about it. Some of my family, the younger kids in my family, had read it. But I had not seen the movie, even though I had heard it was really good. So the first thing I did was go to the movie. And I do think Steven really, I mean, knocked it 100% out of the park. In terms of the way it honors the book, but also expands the lens so that adults can relate to it more. In the way he expanded the parents and sort of tonally constructed and figured out the ways that it can be more intergenerational than the book. And the book is incredible. You know, RJ knocked it out of the park. But I think when you're making something that wants to reach, you know, a broader audience, that's what Stephen really taught me how to do.
And what is something from the film and from the book that you knew you had to include? Not to spoil anything, but I'm sure within this process you had to omit some stuff. You had to sacrifice some stuff.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. Wait, so the question was, what did I take from the film?
What did you make sure that you had to include? You had to include any lines, any direct quotes, any fun things.
Yeah. Well, I think his use of the parents, as I mentioned, just expanding their point of view and making them a little bit more present in the story than the book did. But also how he used Auggie wearing his helmet, I think, was a huge inspiration to us. And I think that was the biggest takeaway. And we've really profoundly riffed on the helmet. I don't know if you've heard it all or if I should describe it, but we take a pretty big leap with the story, which I'm happy to tell you about, unless you've already heard it.
I haven't heard about it. Okay.
So we, you know, when we were asking ourselves the question of like, what makes this theatrical? You know, you're bound by, unlike movies, you're bound by real space and real time. And what is the beauty in the book that theater can do really well? And we immediately went to space. We want to be in space with Auggie. So that's how it started. We actually start the show in space. Auggie's in his imaginative world in space. And then from there, we took an even greater theatrical leap where we explored that Auggie has an imaginary best friend named Moon Boy. And he's a full astronaut in full astronaut gear. And that he's sort of the inner voice of Auggie, coaching him along this journey. And that he's directly tied to the helmet. When Auggie wants to feel safe, or wants to leave the planet because everyone's too mean, he puts the helmet on and we go to space, and Space Auggie, or Moon Boy, sorry, we've renamed him a couple times. Moon Boy arrives and we get to be in space with him, and that's where he finds his comfort and solace until he grows up enough and his community changes enough that he can be brave without the helmet, and then we say goodbye to Moon Boy, his imaginary best friend.
I'm so excited to see this, and I've heard the song Moon Boy that Kennedy and
oh yeah,
it's so wonderful, and I love it. I mean, so of course, you know, I ask the hard-hitting questions, and you've been dealing with these characters very intimately over this time period. So, what character would be your best friend if you met them in person?
Oh, definitely Auggie. Definitely Auggie. I think Auggie, and then our spectacular performers, Garrett McNally and Max Cole, who inhabit him. I think Auggie is so special. I think Auggie is, for one, so smart and also so funny. Deeply funny. He is definitely the person I would have wanted to be friends with in middle school, for sure.
It's such an important story because when I was that age, you know, having a physical disability, I didn't have, books or media that represented this world. And now, not only do families have the book and the film, but they have this whole immersive experience with the musical. So it's like, what is it like for you to know that eventually kids that love this could ideally play Auggie? Like, it's cool.
Yeah. No, I can't wait for people to experience it, and I can't wait for middle schools to produce it, once we're into licensing. Like, I think it has such a profound, I love thinking about kids living in this world because I think it makes them better kids. And all the adults too. We're all better being involved. And I think that is how you make change in the world, is you change the way kids think.
For sure. Something that I've been thinking about, how do you, because rehearsals can be tight, whether it be in the studio in the city and now in the space where you guys are at now, how do you create kindness in the rehearsal room when times are, let's be honest, sometimes stressful and rough?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it hasn't happened, knock on wood. Like, everyone is so invested in the story. And yes, you're always on a time crunch with theater, but people really want to get it right. But I think the big thing that we do is that we slow down. Like I said, we slow down. Challenges happen. Stress gets high when you're rushed and you don't feel like you have a lot of time. And that is true. People are grumpy when they're rushed and they feel too much pressure. So I think the whole creative team, not just me, we're going to get stressed, but it's important to stay in the moment, slow down, and express your best ideas, and the right thing will occur. And I think that's how we've maintained a really healthy rehearsal room.
So to wrap this up, what do you hope audiences take away from this production?
Yeah, I think it's all in the title. I think they experience wonder. I think they experience, wonder and hope are related. Hope is the leap of faith that things can be better and that people can be better. And I hope they leave the theater a little bit lighter and seeing acts of kindness in new and different ways that maybe were rendered invisible because they were keeping their heads down, and now their eyes are a little more open after wonder, and they can see the possibility of a kinder, more beautiful community.
Well, I can't wait to see it. So where and when can people finally see what you've been working on?
People can come experience wonder on Wednesday, December 10th. And I can't wait for everyone to see this beautiful show.
I'm going to try to come and see you guys.
Awesome. I can't wait to meet you in person then.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Great to meet you. Okay, see you soon, I hope.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, bye.
Bye.